Hello guys! Welcome to another edition of GEEKAMANIA.
Episode bleh.
Stop doing that, I've done that joke to death.
Okay. Well, I want to do it at least once.
Well, you're Mark, first of all.
And he's Ben.
And yeah, we're all reviewing some films. I'm going to be reviewing Twilight, but first, before we get to that, Mark, you've seen the film.
I have. I've seen the new Jake Gyllenhaal and I can't remember the other guy's names film and The Watch.
But the other guy has done so many films that I know and enjoy. Like...
I can't remember his name, but it was a really good film. Fantastic film. They worked really well together. They had really good that's why I really like that film as well, because they had really good chemistry. You can, like, when you watch certain stuff, you like in Scrubs with JD and Tuck, you can definitely tell they could be good friends in real life and stuff, and they just work so well together. Like, one minute you're laughing, the next minute you're like being shocked and disgusted by when they go into like a house and they find out these dead bodies and stuff, and like then the next minute
spoilers.
Again. Okay, spoilers. And then the next minute it's like it's hilarious and they're making jokes and stuff, and it is a really good film. And the way it's shot is really clever as well. It's basically the way it's shot in the whole film. It's basically like a documentary. So basically they're filming it it's basically being filmed by either Jake Gyllenhaal's Handycam camera, like we're using to do GEEKAMANIA, or it's done by the cameras they have on their shirt. So every time...
Oh, is it like in all those like crappy cop chase movies where like the whole thing is shot from like the front bonnet of the cop car? Is there loads of those shots?
There's a few of those shots where we're driving around finding a car, but a lot of the time it's all like normal shots they would see. But then when for example, when involved in fighting, it's quite shaky because it's like they're protected from the camera that they have on their shirt. So basically, that's for example, they got a shirt, they got a thing there, and I'm talking to. Basically, it's a shot of you, and I think it works for what it is, because it's basically like him doing a thing for filming. It's like I kind of like that whole sort of documentary sort of real style filmmaking to it. Kind of reminds me in a kind of a way, even though I haven't seen it, to Cloverfield, where it's kind of like that sort of style, but it's done differently enough that it actually works for that film.
Right. I mean, I obviously can't judge this film yet because I haven't seen it, but from what you're saying, it sounds like a found footage movie, and I'm not a big fan of the whole found footage gimmick. Does it still come off as like all way too shaky and like it's not very shot well, or is that those shots entwined with normal shots? So those
shots in time with normal shots.
Okay, good. Because I'm not a big fan of just like pure found footage films like Paranormal Activity and Cloverfield.
No, it's not all.
Cloverfield got
it's not all that, but you can see, in a sense, it's one of those things it isn't, but then it is at the same time. If you know what I mean, like it is in the sense that it's being filmed by his camera and by the two cameras, but it isn't in the fact that it's actually shot properly, if you know what I mean.
Right, okay, yeah.
But there are moments of shaky cam, like for example when they're involved in like certain fights, and you have like 1 minute, like the screen's nice, it's like is zooming in on like the table and stuff, because I think it's how it works. But otherwise, it works really well for the film.
Well, if it works for the film, then that's good.
It works really well.
I'll reserve my judgment until I've seen it then.
It is a fantastic film. I really enjoyed it. Probably give it maybe 3.5, 4 stars out of 5.
Nice,
good film. I enjoyed the whole film throughout the whole thing. I laughed, I nearly cried, and I thought it was a really good film.
You nearly cried?
Yeah.
You nearly cried and it's only 3.5 stars.
No, 4 stars.
Crying not very important for Mark.
Not really. But I won't tell you why I cried, because it kind of spoils the film.
Well,
so.
duh.
Yeah.
Well, from crying through sadness of one film, we go to crying through sheer despair at the lack of taste that the general public shows. I'm reviewing Twilight. Right, okay, where to begin?
I want to see.
Okay, before I start, spoilers. Actually, no, I'll give a quick review. Okay, if you want to go and have a laugh at how bad filmmaking can get, then turn off this review and go watch Twilight. Because what I will say here will actually spoil the experience I've had watching this film. No, really. Saying, go and watch the film first. But just know it's a bad film, but with one moment that's hilarious. Which I'll now go into.
Okay.
Okay, so, whole film, start off. Bella and Edward have had their baby. And oh no, it's growing too quick. It's going to possibly die. And then, like, they kind of throw that plot away. It's like, oh, we we don't need to worry about the fact that she might die too quickly. Let's just focus on the fact that the evil vampires think she's an immortal child, which is a crime for some reason that we've not really established beforehand, but we're establishing now. So everyone must we must find witnesses so that they can protest that she's not an immortal child and she's actual fact mortal. So that way we can save her. So they go around the world collecting witnesses. And all the witnesses have X-Men powers. And they're all like, okay, look, this could end up in a big fight, but we're not going to fight. We're going to introduce all of these guys of awesome combat abilities, but we're not going to fight. We're just gonna talk it out. It's cool. We're just gonna talk it out. And then eventually it gets to the stage where like, they're not gonna let us talk it out. We might actually have to fight. Guys, are you okay to fight? And then some of the people are like, no, we're not okay to fight. You just said we'd be talking. And they're like, no, we're gonna have to fight. And then everyone's like, yeah, we'll fight. So then all of the X-Men are on one side, and then all of the evil vampires are like, we must kill the immortal child and everyone else because they've done wrong. Because those are our laws, and our laws are concrete. So the whole film, and that thing I've just summed up there, that is minute 1 through 1 hour 40 of the film. All of that. The whole thing is them just basically talking and assembling some X-Men. So it's boring. It's really, it's really overlong just getting to this point. And then we come to it. We have the X-Men on one side, evil Black Voldemort vampires on the other side. They all meet in a big snowy field, and another half an hour passes where they're basically just talking it out, going, she's not an immortal child. She is an immortal child. Look, here is proof she is not an immortal child. Okay, she's not an immortal child, but she could still be evil. Here's proof she's not evil. Okay, she might not be evil now, but how do we know she won't be evil later? We should fight. And they're like, no, we shouldn't fight. We don't know that. And they're like, you, person who told us this child is evil. And she's like, yeah, you gave us wrong information. Yeah, okay. We should kill you. Decapitation! Burning corpse! Most action I've seen all the thing, I'm like, yeah! This guy just Sub-Zero'd his ass, just plucked her head off.
Michael Sheen?
Yeah, Michael Sheen just plucks a woman's head off. It's glorious.
Fatality.
Yeah, that would have made the film amazing.
Did it end with a huge explosion? Everyone died?
No.
Damn.
I'm getting to that. So, that happens. And then, like, the relatives of the informant girl are like, ooh, we should kill them! And they were like, no, we shouldn't fight, this is what they want! And then the black guy's like, yes, let them come to us, we should fight. And then they're all like, no, we shouldn't fight. And then, for some reason, I can't remember what exactly flicked it off, but leader of good vampires does epic hero jump. Michael Sheen does epic hero jump. They clash in the middle, they land like awesome ninja. And then good guy falls over, and it's like, oh no! And then Michael Sheen stands up. He has good guy's head in hand. It's freaking awesome and metal as shit. And it's just like, oh my god, this is it. And then they all charge forwards to each other, and then an awesome battle happens. And this is Twilight. This battle is cool. There's like 10 decapitations in the 12A, and there's this one bit where one guy literally like grabs Mark, like I'm doing now, from the jaw and then just rips him off, and then you can see the skin tearing, and then just pulls the head off, and it's awesome and metal, and the corpse
That's
is
a 12A?
This is a 12A.
That's like at least a 15.
I know, this is brutal as hell. This is awesome.
And they moan about Batman being too violent.
I know. And then you've got the climactic scene. Edward's got Michael Sheen by the coattails, and Bella jumps up on Michael Sheen's head like in a Hurricane Rana position and starts yanking off the head, and Michael Sheen's trying to yank Edward's head off, and then they finally yank off Michael Sheen's head and display it for victory and burn the corpse, and as the fire swirls in Michael Sheen's eyes, it then pans out and it's Michael Sheen's face, and everyone's back to the big standoff in the white field. And then Future Seeing Vampire goes, that's what happens if we fight. And Michael Sheen's just like, oh my god, we shouldn't fight. And then they walk off, and then everyone kisses and it's happy. It was all a dream! The huge, awesome fight scene that we've been building up to for 1 hour and 40 minutes was all a dream. Everything you've established up until now was all a dream? Oh, and they find out that Renesmee is actually going to be fine. She'll age to 7 and then it'll be fine. This is not how you structure a story. They teach you in this in primary school. Year 6, writing class. Okay, kids, now we're going to write a story. When you're writing a story, when you're writing the end, make sure you don't write it was all a dream, because that ruins the whole thing. And, you know, don't just say, oh, and everyone
but
is happy.
my brother's 2 was all a dream, though. My brother's 2 was all a dream.
And what do we think of that? Calling! We hit Mario Brothers 2 in the face. Why weren't you made by a Miyamoto? And, yeah, and then, like, right at the end, like, Edward and Bella are sitting in, like, a field of lilacs or some shit, and then there's a little montage about a love, and it's like, oh, wait, yeah. This whole thing was supposed to be about love. Not vampire X-Men battles. You're not even being consistent with your own bloody fan base. What are you doing? What is this? You're not being consistent with your own fans. You're not being consistent with the literature. I know that's not how it ends. It ends in a much more stupid way in the books. This is bad.
What way is it in the books then?
In the books, they have the big standoff, and then 2 characters walk in, neither of which have had any mention in any of the previous books. Literally new characters from out of nowhere. They could be from the bloody moon for all we know, and say, oh, this is what will happen. She won't actually die and she won't become a giant evil vampire. And then they walk off. So it's even more, it's like possibly even more anticlimactic. It's really dumb. This is so dumb. Like, the fight scene, beautiful, but dumb. I mean,
and I love the fact I did a few screen checks of the film, and I love the fact how so OTT Michael Sheen is. Everyone else is like trying to be so serious. It's like hilarious.
Michael Sheen's awesome in this. Like,
you got Michael Sheen Michael
Sheen like Voldemorting it up and being so like blatantly like theatrical and, my dear, come, give me your hand. Let me read your mind. I will find the truth. He's literally doing these kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone else wouldn't as well. Dakota Fanning gets eaten by a wolf. This is, like, it's just like such honestly, this is gonna get me in so much trouble with people. But out of context, that Twilight scene is like easily like in my top 5 fight scenes of the year. Not even kidding. I rate this above all of the fight scenes in Dark Knight Rises. Yeah. Yeah, I said it. Twilight has a better action scene than Dark Knight Rises. Because the final...
gonna get so many dislikes for that HP.
Oh, I hope we do. But seriously, like the final fight scene of Dark Knight Rises, where like the policemen and the vandals are just like running towards each other, and then like nothing really happens, is kind of boring. But this fight scene, this is awesome. This is X-Men powers. This is someone cracking a huge severed earthquake in the ground, and there's lava and people are being jumped
Batman
into
and Bane and Suze was awesome.
It wasn't that great.
It was good.
It was okay. Honestly, like, it's just Twilight. This fucking action scene in Twilight is better than that scene in Batman. I am 100% serious here, which makes the fact that it was all a dream even more terrible. Because it's like, oh, so the one awesome thing this series has ever done didn't actually happen in the story of the film. How? Why?
They probably put it in there for all the men who were going to see it.
No, they put it in because they didn't have a climax to their bloody film. And their climax is an anticlimax. And the fact that and even if they didn't put the climax in, it would still be an anticlimax. They fixed their anticlimax with a bigger anticlimax.
It's Twilight, what do you expect?
I wasn't expecting this. Honestly. I wasn't expecting it to be that good. And then that crap. Within a split second switch.
So overall, what would you give it out of 5?
Out of 5... See, this is a hard film for me to review. Because as bad as it is, it was enjoyable. Because it was enjoyable for how bad it was. It's enjoyable because there's a very awkward sex scene where visually, to demonstrate Kristen Stewart's orgasm, literal sparkles fly out of her head, and I have to stifle laughter in order to. It's so funny. You couldn't.
What?
Exactly. You couldn't write a better Twilight parody than Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2. I couldn't write one. I couldn't capture that magic idiocy.
Oh my god.
It's gloriously dumb. So, if you're watching it for fun, it's a 3-star movie. If you're watching it as a film, it's a 1-star movie.
And the 1 star's for the epic fight scene, basically.
The 1 star is... No, the 1 star is a 1 star because the epic fight scene is undermined completely the second after it's done. And the fight scene isn't long enough. I wanted more.
But you're like, come on, yes,
I wanted more
from
from a Twilight film, and it just decided to kick me in the balls, elbow me in the face, shove me to the ground, and piss in my eye. So that was the episode of GEEKAMANIA. Yeah, basically.
GEEKAMANIA, guys. Cheers, I'm Mark. He's Ben.
I'm Ben.
Thanks, guys, and take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye.